Wow! It's 2 minutes to late night!
All right, what's up, Taylor Hams? Welcome to Pod Minutes to Cast Night. We're doing Jersey accents on this episode. I'm going to do it again to where you're not laughing with a vape in your mouth. That was frightening. All right, what's up, Taylor Hams? We're doing Jersey accents on this episode. Welcome to Pod Minutes to Cast Night. It's the 2 Minutes to Late Night podcast. You got all the members of the 2 Minutes to Late Night writers room, but we're talking about bad albums. That's the podcast. That's what's going on. Introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I'm Jeremy Hammond. It's enough already.
I'm America's sweetheart, Katie Rose Leon, and I am not from New Jersey, and I am not becoming a Devils fan. Go Islanders.
Islanders suck. Who even knows what their symbol is? What's even on that jersey?
A sea captain.
It's the guy from the fish sticks box.
It's true. The little penguin?
No, it's
The other fish
It's
sticks
the Gordon's
box.
Fisherman.
It's the Gordon's Fisherman, but the mascot is Sparky the Dragon because we love heroin.
We're all gonna die.
All right, we also got a special guest on this episode. Oh, everybody, please welcome the nicest man in New York comedy, John Rosenberger.
Thank you for having me. I cannot do a New Jersey accent.
I don't think any of us can either.
I don't
we're
even know
we're
what
hovering around it, but we're definitely not nailing it.
Yeah, we're just doing The Godfather.
just doing a
We
voice.
should
We're just
call
doing
him-
Sopranos.
By his hardcore family name, which is Big John, I'm sure.
Pretty much,
Big
yeah.
John.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, hand to God, Tone. Big John. He's a big guy. He stands next to little guys. He looks real big.
Listen, what I don't care how big he is, as long as he gets the job done, okay?
As long as he gets the job done.
As long as he gets the job done, why don't you get out of here?
That's the
Get the
key.
fuck out of here.
That's the key to the Tony, is to do it like really fast and then extend out the last thing.
Yeah. You're gonna be talking to me like that in my head? Why don't you get the fuck out of here? I just kind of sound like a baseball umpire when I do that. All right, let's drop it. What did you little rigatoni noodles listen to this week that wasn't this album?
Oh, you know what I listen to? The new fucking Baby Metal.
Oh, Baby Metal's back.
They got a new album.
Babier and metalier than ever.
It's real good.
We should maybe wait on that because we got it suggested as maybe an episode.
I would
Do you
love
think
to
it's worth-
do that episode with Alex. I feel like that would be a fun crossover episode of Ballin' Out and Pop Minutes, but I'll just very briefly say it's good. Listen to it.
Cool. All right.
I literally just did an episode with Drew the other day, so I don't have a lot of stuff to talk about. I've been listening to the new Angel Olsen album because I'm sad and spooky. Not really applicable for our audience, but you know what? I'm living my life, okay?
Hell yeah.
Spring is a great song, and it makes me feel things.
What did you listen to, John?
As will be a theme that we will discover many times throughout this podcast, I have not listened to an album that was released after 2000 in a long time. So to answer your question, I've been listening to Marauder's Master Killer album.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, John.
I don't know what that is.
It came out in 1995.
Woo!
beautiful.
The best year.
A powerful year.
There was a blizzard.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
For
the
real.
big one,
I
yeah.
had a t-shirt that says, I survived the blizzard of 95.
Well, this week I listened to, I got real into Mother Feather, which is a band that Intruder Green told us that we should listen to. They're from New York. It's awesome. They sound like the Yeah Yeahs and Phantom of the Paradise, and they all fucking wear cool makeup and do cool cool
I've
shit.
listened to
It's
them
awesome.
too. They're like fantastic. Like
They're
truly
fucking
good
awesome
stuff.
band.
Yeah.
Great name, too.
Mother Feather?
Yeah.
It's great. Just everything about the band is great. It's rare when literally every part is like, yes,
Yeah, just fantastic.
Chef kiss.
Italian finger kisses.
Yeah,
Italian finger kisses we'd established is a punch. It's a punch, Jeremy.
this might be cheesy too, but it's like one of those things where I feel jaded about the New York scene sometimes, and then I see a band like that, and it makes me feel like, oh yeah, this is where it all happens. Sorry, flyover states.
All right, well, let's get into it. Pasta fashules.
I have lost the string here, but yes.
Yeah.
All right, this week we are listening to just a New Jersey staple, E-Town Concrete. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into it, though, we should address the fact, because a lot of people saw the post that we initially made that we were going to listen to Blood for Blood.
I'm
we
glad-
decided not to because the singer is a villain, and we don't need to,
Talk about why.
talk about why. But I do feel John and I have a very long overdue conversation about Blood for Blood, because we've talked about Blood for Blood outside of comedy shows so many times.
They have the best skits. That's why I wanted to listen to this.
Yeah,
album.
they're like it's like a Biggie Smalls album. They have so many
skits, and they're awful. And in hindsight, when Jordan informed me about the villainy, I was like, yeah, that tracks with
It really
everything
does.
else.
Yeah, there was no part of me that was like, no, you mean white trash Rob Lind? No.
Yeah, when I got that text
That guy
message,
didn't do
No, I
anything.
know it wasn't that guy, but
That guy's
that's what I
Buddha.
remember.
That guy put out a really like heartbroken statement, just going like, I mean, what are we gonna do? I mean, we can't be a band anymore. We got to stop. Like, it's against everything the band is about.
yeah,
So I feel bad. Yeah, I mean, we're doing the exact thing that I didn't want us to do because it's so evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to tell this story because I feel like, John, you'll really appreciate it. That, like, the first time I did LSD, I had my trip absolutely ruined by our, like, trip babysitter putting on Blood for Blood.
who would do that? Who would do that?
This insane person I used to live with who was
Oh.
like, she was like an intense alcoholic, and would, I would find her at like 3 a.m. I would like wake up to her breaking stuff in the kitchen, and I would go out there and be like, why are you like breaking plates and stuff? And she's like, I just like breaking stuff.
Her and Fred Durst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first time I ever did LSD, she was our trip babysitter.
Bad
And,
choice.
there's that point where, there's like the pre-trip where you're like kind of starting to feel a little bubbly and weird. And then there's the point where you feel that
Yeah.
pressure on your face and you're like, oh, I'm tripping now. And it was at that point that she put on, fucking your pussy was...
It's my favorite introduction to any song.
Oh,
And I just had the most horrific, terrifying, just psychotic trip I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, that's a horrible idea. That's
yeah. That,
really
if
bad.
anything would bring you into the negative zone. Speaking of weird song intros, today, because I work, I'm like a producer and an editor at a media company. We all have passwords to just like Jingle Punks and like APM, just like rights-free music
Yeah.
websites. Today, I found a track. I was just looking for this. Someone on a video made a reference to Papa Roach, so I was gonna do a little. Just we're like me and all the other editors were looking for songs that sounded just new metally.
Yep.
I found one song buried in APM that just starts with "fuck hate breed." And I laughed so fucking hard because I was like, I love like that only hardcore band gang beef can go so hard that it goes all the way into rights-free territory.
And that's like the flat brim bro hardcore version of like, my girlfriend puked in my Jetta.
I know, yeah. Fuck hate breed. It's exactly that voice.
And then
too.
does it just
It's
like pop into the song after that?
No, it just starts with like it should, but it just starts with like some like light palm muting, and I was like, "This is the wrong way to do this."
Yeah, no, that should be like a Blood for Blood intro. It should be fuck Hatebreed.
Yeah, well, it
I've
should be
always
like
dreamed of making a Jewish hardcore band called Chains Out.
Yeah.
And of course, because we're gonna wear our Star of David's on the outside of our sweatshirt, and that should be the first song is "Fuck Hatebreed." Okay, we should talk about this fucking band though.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I can't
okay.
remember if I ever talked about this on the podcast that I did very briefly have a Jewish crust punk band called Christ Killer.
You have several times.
Have I? Yeah,
Nope,
we had a
I've
band
never
called-
heard of this.
Yeah, we had a band called Christ Killer.
Nice.
Maybe it's the other podcast.
Yeah, it might have been on
I do
Ballin'
too
Out.
many fucking podcasts with
Yeah.
you. I love you.
Blame us. Okay, E-Town Concrete.
Yeah.
John, tell us about your history, because I have never heard of this band until today.
Same.
And now the
really?
singer's commenting in the thread.
That comment really
Well-
made my day.
Oh, dude, he was all over that thread afterward.
Was he?
He's all up in it. Like, there's several people like, I feel like I've accidentally seen E-Town Concrete so many times. He's like, dude, don't do us like that.
They made a reference to some other band that was like that sounds hilarious. They're called like 55 Pacifiers or something. And he was like, "Oh, 55 pass! Oh, come on, don't do us like that. That's dirty." And to be fair, he's been very funny in the in the comments,
he's really
having a good time.
He's killing it in there.
Every time I've seen them live, he's a very jovial and like well-meaning and well-mannered guy. He seems like he has a lot of fun doing it. They have my favorite, I think maybe my favorite live music experience ever. I went to see them. They were part of a Warped Tour at Asbury Park, and
Classic.
What year?
I would say 99,
Yeah, it had to be, yeah.
maybe 2000, or between 99 and 2001. And Green Day was the headliner.
Oh, it was 2001.
And, and Green Day
Gross.
Green Day did the very noble thing of being like, well, this is your hometown show. You can close it out. So all of these little pop punk kids fought their way to the front of the stage area throughout the whole day to get up there for Green Day. And then
Just
Green
get
Day is
there.
like, all right, thank you guys very much. Now E-Town Concrete. And all of a sudden,
Those poor
It's
kids
just-
all got their noses broken.
yeah, windmills, literally kids begging security to pull them over the barricade and being like, please save me, sir.
Oh my god.
People wonder like why I take so many bumps in our videos and I'm just fine, and it's because that was me. I was always just like getting kicked in the face, and I'm like, I'm fine. It's great. I'm part of a community. This isn't abuse against women.
See, but
It's
at
a
least you
different
knew.
thing.
I'm also wearing a big sweatshirt.
Yeah. There's no gender inside the hoodie, baby.
At least you knew what you were getting into, though. You
That's
know,
true, I
these
did.
are just like 12-year-old kids who want to hear "Wake Me Up When November Ends," and then just like, oh fuck.
So what's
Can
so,
you like
yeah,
talk about this band?
Yeah,
'Cause
tell me the history
Okay.
of this band. In
So they are they're from Elizabeth, New Jersey. That's the E-Town in E-Town Concrete.
You remember it from that Orlando Bloom movie.
Yes.
right.
That's a different Elizabethtown, though.
Oh.
yeah, that
That
one's
no,
in
I'm sorry. That is
Massachusetts.
Elizabethtown. They're from Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Different place.
Elizabethtown is a idyllic town in Pennsylvania, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Elizabeth is the third worst city in all of New Jersey.
Elizabeth is where E-Town Concrete
Yeah,
comes
exactly.
from.
It goes Camden, murder capital of the United States, then Newark, then Elizabeth. That is
Right.
the ranking
Damn,
of.
that's a shitty list to be in, dog.
Yeah.
Oof.
And they, I think they released an EP and then one album and then this album. Mm-hmm. And you can kind of.
So this is literally called The Second Coming because it's
their
the
second album,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
Very creative. But it's the first album is very much just straight rap metal. This one, you can kind of hear them trying to experiment a little more. They do a couple little jazzy riffs. They do 2 complete rap songs without any guitar in them at all.
Yep.
What is
They
your
say the
relation-
N-word a lot.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of
Are we
N-words.
going to talk about that now? 'Cause
All right. Yeah.
that's
Let's
fun.
start. We'll start with it.
So yeah, I wasn't super. I knew the band name, but I didn't listen to them a lot, and
Yeah.
I had to do a Google when that happened because I'm like, I wonder, maybe I'm incorrect in remembering what the hardcore scene was like, and you know what, I was
Nope.
right.
No,
It's
you were-
just
you
a
were
lot
on
of
the
white
money.
guys in basketball shorts.
Yep. See, but I think that they're the kind of white guys that grew up in like the hood, so they think that they can say the N-word because everybody else in their housing project or whatever did.
Yeah.
So they're just like, yeah, they say it, I can say it. It's kind of like, I don't think it's malicious the way
No.
other
No.
people.
No,
Yeah.
it definitely doesn't feel malicious,
Yeah.
but it does
Listen.
feel like
It's
Overused.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like this was also that weird time where 1999 hit and just somehow white people found a way to say the N-word
Right.
for about 8 years.
about 8, yeah.
Yeah, about 8.
Checking the watch.
We made because it started with like you saw like comedians like Louis and Patton using it,
Yeah.
like half using it, like
Yeah, I
it
feel
wasn't
like-
them saying it, but they were like the joke was about them saying it,
Right.
Right.
I
And
feel
they
like
thought they got away with
Louis
it.
C.K. is probably the last white person who fully got away with that.
Yeah, the last living one.
Well, he
I'm having fun on this one.
Because like the Patton jokes are definitely
Yeah.
like the joke is like somebody like either somebody else is saying it or the joke is kind of framed around in a certain way. Whereas Louis is like in those bits like very
says it.
specifically, I'm saying it.
Yeah.
right, yeah. I
I had to throw some. Oh my god, that fucking bit ruined my life for a while because
Yeah.
that's when I was hosting open mics in Portland,
yeah.
and people would be like, "Katie, let me quote you this really thought-provoking joke." I'm like, "Get out!
Get out.
We're in the whitest city in America, Samantha. Just don't do it."
It's like when people quote that. Is it not Piers Morgan? Who's the other British guy?
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah,
No, the guy from Hugh and Laurie. There's a guy who has like a
Brit
quote.
Hume?
There's like a famous quote where he's just like, "You say you're offended," and you're like, "What is that?" And people quote that. It's like not even a smart quote. It's just like somebody saying like, "You can't say you're offended."
Okay, but
And
basically,
people
Stephen
quote that
Fry
at you as-
said that?
I think it's Stephen Fry. Yeah, is he the
Oh.
guy who kind of looks like Piers Morgan?
I don't know. Stephen
on
Fry
topic.
very
This is going nowhere. But the point is,
I'd like to. Talk
yeah, it's
about
just in
album.
this like it started. I first noticed it in comedy, then it was in movies. Like there would be a big like third act comedy movie where a white person says the N-word and they're like,
Yeah.
and it was like in movies they treated it like it was like a TV show getting to say shit once an episode, which was awful. And and then I remember there were people covering songs and trying to get away with it.
yes.
I
You
Yeah.
ever
was that
heard
weird-
Too Legit for the Pit?
no, we haven't. We got to
did
do
Punk
that.
Goes crunk, but we have not done Too Legit for the Pit. But
Right.
I'm sure, I will experience it the same way. Mm-hmm. I remember that phase.
Yeah.
Very vividly in my
Do you
mind.
remember that period of YouTubers where like there were like little white sad boys would do like thoughtful acoustic covers of rap songs?
Yes, I do.
And it was
A
all
lot of Flatiron bangs.
yeah. It was all spurred by Ben Folds doing "Bitches Ain't Shit."
Yes. So
Oh, Ben Folds did that.
Yes.
So it really goes to show you, we should jump Ben Folds.
Yes.
We should all.
We should
definitely,
just like kick the ever living shit out of him.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what? Family. You're not from here, Ben. Let's talk about this album.
dude.
Okay.
Fucking rob him. Fucking rob Ben Folds.
Yo,
Right.
I
Let's
robbed
jump for sure.
I really liked his William Shatner album. But
I do like that
if we're gonna
album a
rob
lot.
somebody,
And he does have songs that I do quite like. But
yeah, but like,
but
also,
yeah, ultimately, yeah,
let's
he's got
fucking
money.
rob him.
He's got the money.
I just want to rob somebody. Can't it be him?
I'm all amped up from the E-Town Concrete. We gotta rob somebody.
Got to put this energy somewhere.
what?
Might as well be into robbing, taking the money out of Ben Folds' velvet jacket. Okay, so
All right.
this, all right, let's get into this.
So we listened
Okay.
to E-Town Concrete, Second Coming.
Second coming.
All right.
You'd
We
never
talked
heard
about-
of them, Katie.
no.
you'd
I've heard
of them, but never
really
listened to them.
I feel like I've been at bands that have been billed with them before.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I've definitely I've seen them on a shitty flyer.
They're
For
very
sure.
much like how I experienced Kitty for a long time, where
Yeah.
it's
Right.
like a band that you would see on flyers all the time, but you never saw them. But then I did end up seeing E-Town Concrete a lot.
Right.
And we've talked about this before, John, that I loved E-Town Concrete.
I did too. I truly adored E-Town Concrete.
I loved them so much.
I've
seen them in so many stupid churches.
I used to work at Coney Island High. And they would
Which for those not in the know is not in Coney Island and is not a high school.
It's not a high school. And
It's a school. They teach you inside of the clown face.
It's that high school that the Ramones blow up in rock and roll.
No, Coney Island High was a shitty venue
Yeah.
in the Lower East Side.
and they would have all these legendary punk bands
Yeah.
playing there and all the time. And they were like, you can go to any show you want for free. We know you're only 16 years old, but you can go to the 21 and up shows. And I was like, always like, when's E-Town playing? They're like, no, you can go to any show. You don't only have to go to this shit. They're like, no, the Craze are playing here next week. I'm like, yeah, but when is E-Town Concrete playing? If they're playing with Irate, even better.
I think I don't know if I'm accurate about this, but I do think that Coney Island High is the first place that I saw Two Man Advantage.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, this
Oh.
Which is the band that I went to see for my bachelor party.
I feel no, I didn't see them there. I wasn't at that show. But
Jeremy and
I
I had a big bonding experience over E-Town.
all right, before this,
Or not
all right,
E-Town, a two-man advantage. But let's not get
yeah,
too
before
far.
this gets too inside baseball T-shirt.
In town, inside hockey.
T-shirt.
Baseball
A
t-shirts.
hockey jersey.
Yeah, in their case, it's a hockey jersey. But baseball T-shirts, bands, listen to me.
Yeah.
Put more stuff on baseball,
Baseball
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
They're great.
They're
Everybody likes
flattering
them.
on every gender.
That's
They
true.
look great on every body type.
I love a baseball team.
They're great.
quarter sleeve. Let's go.
Okay,
I have a pup baseball shirt. It's my favorite shirt.
okay.
I have a Mass Intruder one. It's great.
Nice.
I look
It's
great,
great.
in it.
I have
Do more on baseball
I have.
shirts.
I disagree with it because I have so many baseball T-shirts. The one sleeve is always weirder than the other.
Yes.
it always fits where
Part of the
like
charm.
I
I don't
have that
like it.
problem. I don't have.
Katie's got perfect
Listen,
arms.
My
just
arms are perfect.
print some shirts on baseball T-shirts, but also do the design on a non-baseball. Whatever. Go nuts.
Just
We
have
live in
designs on multiple shirts. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Okay,
It's a
so
screen.
Okay.
It's a screen. You can
Okay.
do multiple
So
colors.
does
on
anyone-
multiple
I
types of
like
shirts.
this album other than the racial slurs. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
It
Can I
is
say
fun.
something?
Yes.
Is it weird that I thought this album sounded like 311?
No, not
No,
at all.
it does
has a lot
sound
of
like
311.
You're absolutely right about that. It's
Yeah.
the best parts of 311.
I like 311 because I lived on the West Coast for 6 years and smoked a lot of weed, and I was like surprised to hear elements of that, especially when the guitars got jazzy. I'm like, oh, okay.
I loved on the first song at the end. I was like, when they started getting jazzy, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have a great time. I'm gonna have such a wonderful time with this because I love that shit. I love just doing weird genre switches, but only if like everyone's like a little pretty good at playing guitar. Everyone's so good in this band, genuinely. Like the riffs are really good. I loved how shitty everything sounded. Like the drums were recorded in a Sears.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a Sears sinking into the fucking like Jersey Shore.
Yeah, this entire album was recorded to a Shasta can. Like, it sounds like garbage, and I loved it.
It's so good. You know what I kept thinking of is that Simpsons episode with John Waters, and there's the Homer line where he's like, "You know me, Marge. I like my TV loud, my beer cold, and my homosexuals flaming." And in this case, change that out for my hardcore dumb.
Yeah,
I love dumb hardcore, and it makes me so happy.
Yeah, it's
Well, I think there's a reason for that. Because hardcore is dumb. So when anyone tries to sound smart and hardcore, you're like, shut the fuck up,
Who
college.
do you think you are? Yeah,
Get
college.
outta here.
Get out of here, college.
You think you do good for me because you took a business course at Hofstra University? Get the fuck out of here.
Which is funny because E-Town Concrete always makes me think of my favorite college-ass hardcore band, which is On the Might of Princes. They're really good. They're a really good band.
I don't know them.
Here's a question: would you consider Converge a college hardcore band?
No.
I
Why
would
not?
just because I think I first heard them in college, but that's
Right. But like because every single song that they have is a beautiful poem. Like best lyrics in the game.
I was about to say they are kind of sensitive.
They're
Or how-
extremely sensitive.
They are sensitive, but I feel like college is like an aesthetic that permeates through something, and I think that Converge is on like a tightrope where they're always at risk of falling off into college ass bullshit, but they never do.
Yeah, but then you hear like Trespass, and you're like, oh my god, get me a hammer.
Yeah, you guys are dumb. I love it.
It's good. Like it
They're the
fucking rules.
townies that the girls bang and college.
Yeah, they went
they're
to
like
college,
the Will
but they dropped
Huntings.
out. The good Will Hunting hardcore. yeah.
Someone redo the Jane Doe cover, but with Matt Damon's face. Give me that.
Oh my god.
I got a bird tattoo on my neck. How about them apples?
Someone tattoo a bird onto an apple.
I'm having too much fun.
I'm having a great time. You guys, here's the thing. This album, I loved this guy's just like I miss like improper screaming like that where you can tell that guy just like wrecked his voice.
Yeah.
His
Like-
throat is gone.
He feels awful, but also it rules.
Yeah, he's like it doesn't sound like it, but like a similar sort of guy is Rick to Life. I feel like Rick to Life has a great scream because of the fact that you're like, you didn't prep for this.
No, you just
you didn't
screaming into a microphone.
Yeah, that's why.
You're hurting it. My favorite, I think it was like on the second song. It's really funny, or it's the song where it's all about. It's like the Korn song where it's like my dad went bye-bye, like that song. No more daddy.
I believe that song is called A Father's Marathon.
Father's Marathon. Yeah.
Oh,
So that song happens. My favorite part in the album, it was really funny. The song ends, he throws the mic on the ground, but you can still hear, but then there's also close breathing. So you can tell they added the mic throw because or one or the other. Like there was breathing and a mic throw, and it was really funny.
Can I go back to something real quick?
Yes, you may.
Yeah.
You brought up how like Converge, their lyrics are kind of like a beautiful poem in a way.
Yeah.
E-Town, there is no poetry to any of their lyrics.
No.
It is all right on the surface. There is one song, I believe it's Stranglehold, where he literally goes, you took my innocence, pissed on it, and shoved your dick in.
Yeah. I heard that lyric. I was like, you took my innocence and pissed on it? This fucking rules.
John.
Yeah.
So you have like a deep connection with this band. My favorite theme of early 2000s hardcore, because this came out in like 2003, right? Is there was always a song that had a dance, a hardcore dance, and I'm wondering. There's a song on here called Pacemaker where they're literally just like beat, because it's about your pacemaker breaking,
Yeah.
and it's like the classic hardcore like breakdown, and I was wondering if there was like a specific hardcore dance that was done to that song, because out of all the tracks on this album, like that's the one that everyone comes out and does. Like,
Yeah.
their specific.
The one I
That's when
can
the coins hit the floor.
the dance that I associate most closely with that would be the one where you start with your two fists in front of you,
Uh-huh.
and then you spin, and then as you come full circle, you bring them back together. Like you're kind of
Oh,
like,
yes. Uh-huh.
like it's kind of like a pinwheel. I don't know.
The octopus.
Yeah, but a lot more
I
rigid.
I imagined Pinwheel, the drag queen, doing pinwheels, and it fucking rules. Shout out to Pinwheel.
There's a I guess classic story about me that Katie always likes to tell, where at a hardcore show, the singer was like getting like building up to a breakdown. He's like,
Yeah.
"All right, everybody, like you're gonna be doing windmills. You're gonna be kicking." And he points to me and he's like, "You're gonna be picking up change." And I didn't know what that meant.
Yes.
And there's video of this somewhere. I don't know where it is.
I might have it on a hard
You
drive.
might have it, but there's like I am just like crawling around on the ground on all fours, genuinely looking for change. And everybody around me first is like bewildered, and they're looking at me like, is he like really looking for change? And then at some point everybody's like, oh, he's doing a bit, and then they start actually throwing down change
Nice.
for me
Yeah, people
that I'm
start,
picking
like-
up and showing to the singer.
Jeremy turned into Prophet at the old hardcore show.
At the fucking
That's
VFW
so
hall.
goddamn funny. That's the fucking funniest
That's a perfect story.
thing. You literally were crawling around in the floor. That's amazing.
And I just like played it off afterwards. Everyone's like, that was really funny how you were like looking for change. I was like, yeah, it was funny, right? Very funny bit
I love that.
did. Did anybody ever get like really into hardcore dancing, like and like do like
Nope.
the things?
I thought it was cool.
I like
I'm
bopping around in the pit a lot, but I didn't really get
You didn't
into
do like the
dancing.
specific dances.
No.
I weighed 115 pounds for most of my life until I like aged, but like from like 18 to like 27, I was the same weight, and you just can't be that light in that situation. I would try to do a death wall. You know, my ass was on the floor against the wall.
Yeah.
Like, people were like throwing me by my ponytail into the sun.
Yeah.
It just wasn't an option for me. I did think it was cool, even though it was silly. Like, my friends would make fun of it. I'm like, yeah, it's so dumb. And I'm like, but like, what's his deal?
I liked doing like I was like a regular mosh kid, and then when hardcore dancing showed up, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Well, because like when I first saw it, it was being done by like fucking anime kids.
Yes.
Like teen kids were doing it, and I'm like, this looks ridiculous. What is this, Naruto? You don't get to do this. Like, so I was always on like the side of like, the mosh kids, mosh them out of here. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. I think also my anger at the hardcore dancing was me going like, was me being jealous that I probably couldn't do any of it. And because I was like, look, if I was ever going to do these dances, I would have to practice them in my room. And I'm not fucking doing
not
that
doing
because that's
that.
lame. So I'm just going to be on the side of the mosh kids and like, let's get these fucking assholes out of here.
Yeah.
Because I'm not coordinated enough to figure out what Kevin's doing, spinning his arms. Why is that rhythmic somehow?
I definitely was like more on the side of the straight up mosh kids, which is ironic because Jeremy knows I also used to listen to ska.
Yeah, it's me too.
And so that was just a different scenario.
And I remember my genuine delight one day realizing that the two-step is literally
Like
the
just
exact same thing as skanking.
Skanking.
but
It
you
is
just
the same
don't-
thing?
You don't kick your leg out. It's the same move.
Yup.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
two-step is you don't kick your leg out? Yeah.
And
It goes to the side.
the
yeah.
East Coast ska scene was very funny because it was kind of infected by hardcore. So
Yes.
it's like, yeah, we love ska and picking it up, But also, what if we were fucking angry, dog?
Yeah, what if we were mean?
So I had to have a multifaceted skill set.
I became a hardcore kid at a ska show. Yeah, I went to see the Boston's play, and Sick of It All opened up for them.
Hell yeah!
And I was like, no, I don't like this anymore. I like that.
What a wild bill. Sick of It All and the Boston.
Yeah, that rules. Did you like so your introduction to hardcore was Sick of It All?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you were you excited to find because E-Town Concrete was like hip hop and hardcore and stuff, like what about it did you like as kids? Because like
I liked it because it was like everybody here knows, all the listeners don't know, I'm a big professional wrestling fan.
Woo.
yeah.
And every song on every E-Town Concrete album could be somebody's entrance music.
You're right.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. I was just
If it's got a chorus effect on the distorted guitar, it can be a wrestling song. And this entire album is that.
but yeah, I think I was just a very frustrated kid,
Yeah.
and it spoke to me in a way that like other music hadn't yet spoken to me. And I when I moved to New York when I was 11 years old, we moved to Spanish Harlem, so I had a lot of hip hop influence.
Right.
And hardcore and hip hop share a lot of skeletal structure,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term. And not all of them quite as much as E-Town. But there's just a lot of crossover there, so I think that's what drew me to it.
Yeah, this is like E-Town Concrete is like a caricature of like Madball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If like you drew Madball with like a big head, like, you know what I mean? Like it's
Madball's writing.
Madball is I fucking love Madball. I also do really like this. I had a great time with
It's
this.
a very fun album.
It's really fun.
It was a delight to have an album that like didn't make me want to fucking like I didn't have to like pause and pace around my room to listen to.
It felt like every N-bomb I felt like getting stung by a bee. But, like I don't know. I thought the riffs on this were great. I thought the hardcore riffs. I was like, this is so much fun. I've wanted to hear just creative rhythms and stuff and like this for years. Like when I was first getting into hardcore and wanting to be in hardcore bands, like these types of riffs are what I wanted to write. Like a weird chugging rhythm here and like an off-kilter kind of like little riff going, but also just like kind of like a cheesy riff. I loved it.
Yeah.
I had a great time. But yeah, it's like if you like turned up the hip hop and also like the angry lyrics to like 10 from Madball, like that's when you get this.
Yeah.
And like the weird transit, it like I fucking loved when I heard a piano. I was so excited to hear a piano.
You know what it reminds me of is a friend of the show, Anya Valls, has a bit about the Culkins, like the Culkin brothers, and how every one of them looks like if you just drew a dude wrong. and E-Town kind of makes me think of like if you were like trying to draw Madball and you just did it wrong, but you're still like, I mean that is
It's close
it's
enough.
close, it's Madball, but
Yeah.
I mean, but you fucked it up a little bit, but like still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny you brought up the piano, Jordan, because when that happened, I went, okay,
Oh, look at you, E-Town.
all right. Like, I see what you're doing here.
I can't believe that I didn't hate those parts. I can't believe that I was like, I'm having a great time. I think the piano, like, I think all of the instrumentation was genuinely really fun and actually pretty good.
Yeah. The drumming I think the drums in it are incredible.
The drumming is great. It's just a shame that it all sounds like a guy hitting the same drum. Every drum is the same, and then there's a cymbal. There's one cymbal and one drum, but you can make out the beat patterns a little
Yeah,
bit.
like Meg White.
Yeah. It's just the most trash can ass fucking hardcore drums. They sound disgusting.
I love
rules.
that though. I love that in hardcore. I don't like hardcore where the drums sound distinct from one another. You know, like when
I sometimes I like a good sounding drum.
Yeah, I mean,
But not in hardcore like this, I don't think.
I mean, this is what I mean by dumb hardcore, though. Like, I love when a hardcore band sounds like they recorded it on, like, one of those old boom boxes that has a record button.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like, I love when a hardcore band
I got
sounds like
this from my aunt.
My aunt gave me this for Christmas, and we recorded our full album on it. It's, like, not even a demo. That's what's great, is it's not a demo. This is a full album that sounds like utter dog shit.
Yeah. But it's awesome.
But it rules.
It's
This is like a semi-major label release, and like
Yeah,
if
who
you
put
think
this
about
out?
that,
Do you know?
Razor and Tie,
Okay.
but like they self-recorded their first EP and their first album, and that like how can you downgrade production value?
That's also a very fun thing in hardcore. Like the second Ceremony full length is like that too, where like the first one is like really crisp and clean and like really well recorded, and then the second one just sounds like they left like a fan on.
Yeah, it sounds like they recorded it all through like a paper bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about how like when you put a bag on your head, it's super dark.
In some ways, a paper bag is like society.
Yeah, it's like the bag.
It's like the people who don't understand me. I don't know. Fuck. New Jersey's weird, man.
Oh man,
New Jersey is weird, but this album rules.
It's a really good
fun.
album.
It's a really good album.
I was waiting for. I saw a lot of stuff in the comments where people were like, "This album sucks,"
Yeah,
and
well,
I was like,
I don't know if you noticed, the people who comment the loudest usually have opinions.
Yeah. Well, people hate E-Town Concrete.
They do. It's like a punchline of whenever I am talking to any of our Long Island hardcore friends. If you want to get a laugh, just make E-Town Concrete reference.
Yeah, it's always
just like,
it's a simple, easy joke to make, but like they're fucking good.
yeah, they're not bad.
it's really fun. Like, again, like the only thing you can really come at is like that the lyrics are goofy, but every hardcore lyric is goofy. So what can you do?
Especially from this era and this scene. You
Yes.
know, like look at a fucking tell me that like a Shai Hulud lyric is like smart. You know, like look at that and tell me that that's smarter than E-Town Concrete.
It is. Well, I think it's just literally because this band literally leans into the rap rock so much.
Yeah.
But I like that the rap is so distinctly separate
Yes.
from the metal parts. Like it's
like
really
hard
cool.
Stop.
You know,
They hard stop, they do that, and then the hardcore comes in, and I think it's honestly sick. I've been waiting to hear a rap rock band like this for a long time, and honestly, if people put explain to them why they can't say certain words, I would like to hear a lot more stuff that sounds like this.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool.
Yeah,
Do you
just
like,
watch your language, fellas.
do you like Trash Talk?
Yeah, I love it.
Trash Talk is kind of like this sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
It's not as like frequent in their music, but there is a lot of Trash Talk stuff that kind of feels like this, where it's like it's very distinctly separate, but like they're a hardcore band that does rap parts, and it really works.
Also, well, Turnstile does that.
Turnstile does it too. Yeah.
Turnstile is very much the woke version of this.
Right.
I fucking love Turnstile.
And they're the more
dog.
311
I fucking
version
love
of
I
Turnstile.
can't wait to get like my kidneys punched in by a 17-year-old at Turnstile. I'm
Yeah,
too
I
old
want
for
run
this
me
shit.
over with a skateboard in the pit.
Just stomps you out and then does a Fortnite dance.
That, Darby Allin just comes out on his skateboard. Just fucking checks me.
I am a little ghost.
Are they British?
No, Darby Allin is a wrestler / skateboarder.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think turns
He's pretty
out
much a
just
Tony
from,
Hawk
like,
character with half a skull face.
Yeah.
And he hits people with his skateboard.
His
It's
outfit's
great.
literally jean shorts with leggings under it,
Yeah.
like me in high school.
Yeah.
That's fun. This would have fit pretty well on a Tony Hawk soundtrack.
Oh, for sure.
sure.
Or a Madden load screen.
No, not Madden. Blitz.
Blitz,
It would have
yeah.
been a Blitz song. Yeah. Do you remember NFL Blitz?
I do.
That game was wild. I just replayed it recently.
Have you? I've been really weirdly having a pining to play that game a lot.
I have like a little emulator thing,
Yeah.
and me and Alex played it once. It's fucking wild that there's like, because the whole purpose of the game, I guess, is it's like Madden, but after the tackle, you can just play for a little while.
Yeah, you could just throw people in the air.
Yeah, that shit ruled.
I don't even like football.
I think that's what Vince McMahon saw and was like, I'm going to do a whole company like this.
Yeah, the XFL.
What if it's just the after tackle part?
Is he bringing back the XFL?
Yeah, they had
I
the
think I
draft
heard
today.
that. Huh?
They had the draft today.
Really?
Yeah,
What's it like looking like?
stupid.
I
But the original one was stupid.
Yeah.
But like, is it cool?
I don't know. They haven't played any games. It could be very bad.
I think it's safe to say it will be bad.
I wish they would play arena football more.
Yeah, that guy's companies, anytime they come under pressure and your thing was like, well, I mean, they'll probably do something amazing. They don't.
Right.
They're like,
They
I'm gonna
do
go
worse.
to Saudi Arabia and I'm gonna start the XFL. And we're like, but what? Why? And he's like, because it's a great idea.
Yeah, there's like finally another new wrestling company that like debuted last week, and it was like every news outlet was blown up. Like, this is the biggest week in wrestling. No one can drop the ball, and like apparently like the main roster WWE stuff was the worst shit in the world. It was like 7 cuckold storylines, and they like got the main event.
That was what.
It was like they had like a new character that everybody liked, and they just like did a weird lighting thing
Yeah.
and made the entire crowd booed the whole thing out of the
Yeah.
building. It was unbelievable.
It's bad.
So yes, it won't be good.
No.
No. Do you remember
but-
lingerie football?
Do remember lingerie
Yeah,
football?
of course I.
They still play. Isn't that crazy? That league still exists.
Really?
But it's just like not on TV anymore.
It's
They
just
should
like a
do-
Las Vegas attraction or
Yeah.
something.
No. Like they still have like a regional thing. They still like travel around to play each other. I think people still go to it.
That's
Probably in
crazy.
smaller numbers, though.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, can we talk about the other things the E-Town Concrete guy went on to do?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So because I read
Is this
the
Ant Money?
Wikipedia.
Anthony Martini.
Yeah,
I
Ant
did
Money.
saw that he was his nickname is Ignorant Ant.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah, Ant Money. He Woody Allen.
No.
He's
What?
got that ant.
Oh, he's got that ant from
the
oh,
movie
boy.
Ants.
That was a
No.
long road to hoe, bud.
From the movie Ants.
Shut it down, Jeremy.
Shut it
No,
down.
Sorry,
Okay,
babe.
Sylvester Stallone from the movie Ants.
Nope. Okay.
That movie has a wild cast.
No. Okay. All right. The guy from this band like went on to like start like a management company that managed like a ton of people. I think like Fallout Boy and some hip hop
Really?
people.
Well, weren't they
Fall
from
Out
Jersey
Boy,
too?
Tyga, Gym Class Heroes.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was yeah.
He started with Unearth and Terror.
Yeah.
and then worked his way up to Fall Out Boy.
Dude,
and Gym
respect, honestly. You went from Unearth to Fallout Boy.
Yeah. Also, also
partner
he
at
started
Jingle Punks,
Yeah,
which you
at
brought
Jingle
up.
Punks. Yeah. So he owns right free. I wonder if he knows who wrote the Fuck Hatebreed song.
Probably does.
I'm sure
Anthony,
he's listening
We
to
can
this.
get an answer to that. He's
Anthony,
listening
tell
to
me
this.
who wrote the Fuck Hatebreed song, please.
Yeah,
Dude, he's
What?
definitely listening to this right now.
100%. He bugged the room. He's listening live.
Yeah, we gotta know.
We gotta know.
We gotta know.
But no, that dude has what an amazing. Also, the best. Also, this band now reunites because Apparently, also the band started as a joke. Like
Most hardcore
I believe
bands
that,
do.
yeah.
he was
I
like,
believe
"This will be." They were like, "This will be funny," and then
They were right.
They just got really into it. It is really funny. It is also just genuinely really fun.
Yes.
But now they have the most cush ass gig where they like just once a year play like the Stone Pony or something.
The Starland Ballroom.
Starland Ballroom.
Oh,
They play
yes.
once a year. They reunite. They do a show. They sell the fucking place out. They make a ton of money and they
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
Never. If I was in a band that could only play once a year, the dream.
my dog.
What?
Are we going back to the
Yeah, we're going back
Sopranos?
to the. We're going back
Gone
to the Jersey.
full circle.
Oof, my
Oh,
dog.
Maron. Are you? Do we have John? Do you have anything else about this album?
There's my favorite part of pretty much any song that they've done is on this album. There's a song called "Guaranteed," which is one of their like straight up hip hop songs, and at the end, I think they're going for like an echo effect, but it's clearly him saying it and then him saying it again like right afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's like, "Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody." Like, it's supposed to sound like it's reverberating, but it's just him talking over and over.
That rules.
It didn't even occur to me
What's
that
it-
that's
what's
what
it-
they were trying to do.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't eat. But you're right. That is what it was
It made
happening.
me giggle so hard on the train, and people were looking at me weird.
Yeah, because I think they also wanted to do with a panning effect with the guitar, but they didn't realize exactly how to do that, so they just turned on the phaser.
Yeah.
There
and
is
just
one.
sped up the phaser, so it did technically go into both ears.
Yeah, there's one song that has like a really hard pan that I always enjoy that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like fully integrated into the song or whatever. Like I like how that makes my brain feel.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not saying that I didn't like it. I'm just saying that they used the wrong thing to do that.
Yeah.
Which is really funny. They just turned on like an effect guitar pedal, and
Yeah.
it's like, I guess technically that's a pan.
I get the distinct feeling listening to their albums that nobody taught them ever how to do anything.
No,
They're just, they're
They
like,
knew
I
how
think,
to play. They fucking kind of shred.
yeah, but I mean, like, technically, like, as far as, like phasers and, like, echo effects and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, they're just like, we could do that. But nobody taught them how to technically do it, so they just try to figure it out on their own.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I guess we're up to favorite songs.
Yeah, let's do favorite
songs.
songs.
Jordan, you want to go first?
No. I gotta look at the track list.
Wait, I got it.
I'll go first. I'm gonna cheat and say every song.
Yeah, every song is
Every
sick.
song rules.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think I don't know. One of the maybe Shady. I don't know. One of the songs that doesn't have an N bomb in it because
Yeah.
it didn't take me out of it.
I already
immediately.
brought it up once, but I liked Pacemaker. I like any song with the beat down, breakdown.
Yeah, I
You
do.
know.
I really love
Love that shit.
the
Gets me going.
breakdown of
Oh,
Pacemaker.
and I totally missed this during our hardcore dance conversation, but I just want everyone to know that when I was in high school, my icon on LiveJournal was Ash Ketchum throwing a Pokeball because it looked like him doing a hardcore dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that sort of shit.
Did
like
it re-
the cat mosh?
No, 'cause-
Did you like mirror it so it looks like both hands are swinging?
No, it's just like when he would throw it, it's just straight up like a freeze frame from the
Yeah,
kid
and then you just
doing the
reverse
thrash
it and then
dance.
go forward again.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Oh,
it
I thought
looks
that
like
you
he's,
would
like,
like
doing-
mirror it so it's like one hand and then the other hand. You know what I mean?
no.
But you remember Cat Mosh? There's that video of like some woman who has like a million cats and she like
Yeah.
feeds them all at once and they all pile over each other. Yeah, I like that sort of
Yep.
shit.
Anyway, John, favorite song?
I'd say probably a Father's Marathon. I like a good, like a song about your dad leaving you and being mad about it.
Yeah. That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
relatable.
Nice.
I think he screams "fuck you, God" at the end of that song a few times.
Yeah.
I love it when people are just blatant about how mad they are at God.
I love just God's a dude that you can say fuck you to.
That's always my favorite Rocky Horror bit too. When you go to see Rocky Horror and somebody
Yeah.
goes "fuck you, God" when the lightning strikes.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yes, that is fun.
That is so fun. I love just God the person.
Yeah.
Fuck you, God. Hey! Whoa!
Hey, you say fuck you to God over here.
Can't be saying fuck you to God. I don't even know you.
God, your son is saying fuck you to God.
All right.
All right.
I'm so
yeah.
I'm zonked.
Okay,
All right.
everybody, plugs.
Yeah, plugs. John.
I don't have anything. Follow my Twitter, John Phenom.
Yeah.
I have some projects coming down the pike, but we don't have release dates for them just yet. So just follow them, and you can be kept abreast of that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Be kept abreast.
Kept abreast.
I'm floating.
Keep a boob.
Keep a
boob about it.
Oy vey. All right. You can find me on Twitter at Katie Rose or on Instagram at Oh Hello Katie Rose. Please listen to me and Jeremy's other podcast, Ballin' Out Super. It's about anime and politics and bullshit. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Jordan Olds. You can follow 2 Minutes to Late Night at 2 Minutes to Late Night on Instagram at 2M2LN on Twitter. Please go to honorableswords.com for all 2 Minutes to Late Night related things. All of our videos are linked up there. Also, you can find our merch. We have brand new merch that just came out over the last few weeks. We got a George Washington t-shirt that looks like the Circle Jerks. Also, it's got a pride flag. Fucking rules. We have a Weird Al virus shirt. We have a new Guarsenio shirt that looks like the first Emperor album. It's really sick.
That one's
We got a
rules.
Poser Cops t-shirt. Wear that if you want. You will also, from the front, you just look like you like cops, but on the back, then people will get it. It's more of a summer shirt.
Yeah.
But what else was the shirt going to be? It had to be that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way to do that shirt. We also got Hard Melissa. Just thank you to all the artists that did them.
Good.
So good. We don't deserve how good these shirts are. It's really fucked
Also,
up.
we're going to Fest.
Going
be
to
at
Fest. We might be at Fest when this comes out.
We will, yeah.
Oh, we're at Fest.
We're at Fest.
Come see us.
right
Yeah.
now.
Right now, yeah.
You might have missed it. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember the
It's
schedule
fine.
of everything,
I'm
but
drunk eating a hot dog and trying to find Jeremy while he's blacked out.
It's okay. I'm talking to the guitarist of War on Women.
Get away from him. You're making him feel unsafe.
Find me on Twitter at Jeremy Thunder and check out Ballin' Out Super. And also, I think I might be taking over David Spector's podcast, Shitface the Nation. I don't know what's going on with that, but hey, keep a boob of it, you know?
All right, everybody. Keep and organize your boobs. Goodbye.